Malachy Stenson.
It's great to see so many people here to campaign and to vote to protect your mother, the mother of your children, and the best Mother's Day present you can give your mother this Mother's Day, which I think is next Sunday, is to vote no to protect her next Friday. It's important that everybody here gets out and votes and ensures that everybody else in their family gets out and does the same thing. So get out early, vote no, and then do it again, vote no.
No, no!
We have listened every day to scandal after scandal emerging from this government. We have O'Gorman still in power, while he presides over hundreds of children going missing under his care in Tulsa. We have a young child who went into care, and we highlighted this last year, but I think Peadar Tobin mentioned it in the Dáil the other day. A young girl was taken into state care, the state that told us they would protect our children when people naively voted for the children's referendum. And remember, the very same people who told us children would be protected if we had the children's referendum passed are the very same people who are telling you to take your mother out of the Constitution. That young girl went into care, and within an hour she was taken and put into a brothel, where she was found by chance a year later. And I don't know if any of you have seen the film Path to Freedom, I think it's called. Sound of Freedom. The actor James Cavalier in that says that the trafficking of children industry is the biggest industry in the world. He said, you can sell a bag of coke once, you can sell a gun once, but you can sell a child 10 or 12 times a day for 10 or 15 years. Roderick O'Gorman is presiding over that. In a normal society, he would be sacked. And in a decent society, he'd be in jail. There is no reason, it seems to me, in this country that any politician in a government party is sacked. We had Catherine Martin telling us last week that it doesn't matter what it says in the Constitution, it's what we think it says. The whole reason for having a Constitution and having the Supreme Court determine what it says is because we must know what it says. We can't make it up as we go along. They're talking about durable relationships. Marty Baker, a Supreme Court judge, said that could mean sending a Christmas card to somebody. My mother, before she died, every year sent about 150 Christmas cards. Is she in 150 durable relationships? We are living in a dystopian society. If you sat down 20 years ago and said that in 2024 we would be standing here and there would be politicians in this country who couldn't tell you what a woman was, you'd laugh at them. George Orwell, when he wrote 1984, we all thought it was a novel, a bit of crack. And in reality, he was only tipping the iceberg. They intend in this country to take total control over everybody. Only last week they brought in legislation to make everybody an organ donor. And that passed without debate or without discussion. And most people probably tick the box on the back of your license to say you donate your organs if you died. And that's fair enough. That's a choice. What happened My Body, My Choice from a couple of years ago? Now they're going to take whatever they want. And you can be quite sure that those organs will be taken and sold. People will be switched off their machines to sell their organs. The same people who argue that it's right to kill a child before it's born, to kill your mother when they remove her from the Constitution, or your father because they don't want to provide care for them in their old age, they're telling old people that you're a nuisance, that you're a waste of space, and you should be put down. That's the type of society that these political class and NGOs are creating. In this country, we have 33,000 NGOs who get 6.8 billion per year of your money. And despite Supreme Court ruling after Supreme Court ruling, particularly in McKenna, about the funding of referendums, they're using your money illegally to campaign in this referendum. And they were told quite clearly that their funding would be stopped. Again, when O'Gorman came out and said that progressive NGOs who don't campaign for a yes vote in this referendum will have questions to answer. What he actually meant was that their funding will be stopped if they don't toe the government line. And we have them then the next day, the National Some Women's Council, who have men dressed up as women on their board, telling women that they don't know what a woman is, telling women and men to take their mothers out of the Constitution. What we should be striving for is a society where mothers are not forced out of their homes to earn money to simply pay their rent or their mortgage. We have created a society where families don't matter, where society doesn't matter. And many years ago, Margaret Thatcher was asked about society, and she said, there's no such a thing as a society. We're only a collection of individuals. Well, Margaret Thatcher was wrong then. She was wrong on many things.
Maggie Thatcher, Mumble Thatcher.
But this government, and governments right throughout the Western world, are intent on the destruction of nationhood. They're intent on the destruction of family, and they're intent on the destruction of our way of life. And it's groups like these and all the people who have come today, the people who are out campaigning on a daily basis, the people who are at our other protests about immigration policy in this country, the people who are standing up and are not afraid to be counted and are saying enough is enough. And the first act we have to do next Friday is to defeat these referendums. And on Mother's Day next week, we shall be rallying in a victory rally all around the country and saying, we are the people of Ireland and we will decide. And we will have decided no on both referendums. Thank you.
Brilliant. Malachy Stelton. We're going to wrap up. Of course you can.